Hello everybody. This is a game that I'm casting between two, we'll call them pro players. Very, very high level players, both extremely good. And I just happened to catch this game. I was playing in this tournament. This is one of Turin's community weekly tournaments that he does. And this is game one of the grand finals. So no spoilers really as to the result of the grand finals themselves. But what I thought was interesting about this map is that this is actually a Holy Roman versus Holy Roman Empire mirror matchup, which I thought was kind of interesting. On French Pass, and French Pass is notable because it has this giant middle column section that just has tons and tons of gold. But the player's base is actually relatively devoid of gold. Like you can see, Cheese has these two gold nodes, and that's it. He doesn't have anything else. I mean, he's got the relic. There's always trade posts at the corners, so you can always go into trade if you want, if you want to do that. But otherwise, you only get two gold nodes. But Holy Roman Empire mirror matchups are not something I normally see unless it's a water map. Like, I have seen this played on Boulder Bay, but I've never seen a land Holy Roman Empire mirror match. So I thought this would be kind of cool to cast to see how it goes down, who wins, what the different strategies are. Both of them appear to be doing exactly the same build order currently. Sending Prelate. Well, actually, I mean, Wham has his Prelate on food instead. Yeah, anyway, both players just scouting. Strange cavalry floating. Yeah, I would imagine HRE got picked because this map is very easy to wall. It's very easy to sort of push forward and get a tremendous advantage over your opponent by claiming this gold. I actually really dislike this map. I really hate this map a lot. Basically for that reason. It's like if your opponent can dig in and you can't push out, you lose the game effectively. Like you will lose the game because they'll take the sacred sites, and after taking both sacred sites with a religious unit, after 10 minutes you win the game. So not only do you get that advantage, you also get the advantage of having all the gold, along with a couple wood piles, generally more relics. I mean, you get the benefits of map control. It's just I think this map makes it very easy to retain map control because you basically have just a few big chokes to worry about. Anyway, both players kind of going up at relatively the same time. Yeah, Cheese is like very slightly faster. This is what I see most HRE players do as well. They put their Aachen chapels on the wood/gold line, so that way you can hit both of them. It's more of a long-term economic investment. But as for the villager distribution, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty much exactly the same. Cheese is accumulating a little more gold, but I think he only has 3 villagers building the chapel instead of 4. No upgrades yet for either player, and Holy Roman Empire is also one of those civs that so to get back to what I was saying about the map, the Holy Roman Empire has a pretty strong castle age regarding the Regnant's Chapel. If you're able to secure relic control, you can have a really strong game. And honestly, the relic spawns this map are extremely balanced, I think. Like, you've got one relic here and one here. So there's one on each player's side. And then one in the middle, and then one on the far edges, but both pretty much in the middle. So pretty cool, actually. Pretty generous spawn. Perhaps this gold is a little more forward than I would like, if you're really trying to complain about spawn imbalances, but I think it's okay. Both players hitting feudal age at roughly the same time, 4 minutes and 40-ish seconds. Immediately garrisoning the prelate, so that way all of these villagers now return 40% more resources. Or rather, they gather resources 40% faster, and they hold you know, basically 4 more resources, because normally they can hold 10 without wheelbarrow. Interesting. Wham actually going for professional scouts. I guess that's, you know, it's just too powerful an upgrade to pass up. It's just the HRE doesn't necessarily have anything that assists them with getting professional scouts over any other civs. But I guess it doesn't matter, because your opponent is the Holy Roman Empire, so you know you're relatively safe. Sorry if I make any vaguely sick sounding noises. I'm recovering from a cold, but just about over it. Wham pushing across the map here with a horseman and a villager, strangely. Oh, he's gonna go build a palisade. See, this is exactly what I mean. This is the type of thing that I hate, I loathe dealing with on this map. It's very, very obnoxious. Smart, absolutely smart. He finishes professional scouts, sending another villager, presumably to build another wall. And yeah, the wall's coming down here pretty soon, and see some horsemen for cheese, actually, in response. Horsemen being quite strong in this map because you've always got a very long trek to move around this map. So mobility is quite powerful, and I think that little mobility Wham got early on is going to help him out a lot. Yeah, making this wall is going to be very troubling. It also secures him the relics, and the Regnitz Cathedral, the Castle Age landmark for the Holy Roman Empire, is stupidly powerful, and it's determinant based on how many relics you can get. So if you can get more relics, you're going to be really powerful. I'm pretty sure a fully stocked Regnitz Cathedral, the landmark that can hold up to 3 relics, is the equivalent of like 15 or 20 villagers. I'm not sure. I think villagers return somewhere between 30 and 40 resources a minute. And with 3 relics, it's 900. So that's somewhere between 30 and 15, I guess. Still, I mean, obviously, crazy strong. Way better than a normal cathedral, which can do a maximum of 300 gold per minute with 3 relics. This thing is triple the power. And she's actually getting his Regnitz much faster than Cheese is getting his, but only 1 relic, yeah, that he's actually able to get because he's being walled off. Although he is sending a prelate out here. Scout is here to intercept him, but I mean, it's just a scout. Does have some horsemen riding around, though. Any horsemen here? I know Cheese was making horsemen. It's like he just made 1 and was way over here. Yeah, this prelate's not gonna make it, unfortunately for him. Dies right before the object of his greatest desire. And Wham just continuing to send out villagers to finish that wall. I mean, he should be a villager behind. Yeah, he is. He is a villager behind, because he did lose 1 trying to make that wall. But now he's got all these relics that he can kind of take with impunity. Granted, this 1 relic is... It says 100 gold per minute, it's 300 per minute. So that's already the equivalent of 3 relics for any other civ. I mean, you can kind of see it reflected in the gold income. He's only got 3 on gold versus 7. And he's keeping pace, so... Oh no. Is he going to snipe another prelate? Nah, he garrisons him. Spits out a knight too, gets a nice charge in that horseman. Tons of barracks being slammed down along with a blacksmith. Nothing for Wham currently. Yeah, 1 horseman does go down, although, you know, Wham's getting some good scouting information, I guess, about what his opponent's doing. Wasn't there a knight? Wasn't there a knight here? Wait. Eh? Well, never mind that. Bunch of scouts up here. Yeah, he did get professional scouts, and he has brought back, looks like one deer set. These ones are still there, these ones are still there. And so he picked up these and the ones that were over here, so we got 2 sets of deer cams. Professional scouts, definitely worth it, by the way. Each deer carcass you bring back is 350 food, so it's super valuable. A bit of lost control here by Cheese, getting surrounded by these cheap chaff units with this very expensive heavy-duty knight. And he's just using it to, like, break a wall. I don't know what he's looking at, but yeah, he does notice eventually, but he can't get out. There's no escape. That's pretty bad. That's a very expensive unit to lose to scouts and horsemen. And yeah, this annoying palisade is going to continue to just be a hindrance. Although, as it stands, Cheese is making more of every single resource possible, but one relic just got deposited into Regnitz. Sacred Site being captured by a prelate who's holding a relic. We've got this prelate coming down to grab these 2. This guy's already over here, so Wham is really on top of that. Really on top of his relic management. But Cheese is getting a pretty nice farm economy. He already has wheelbarrow, and he's getting horticulture. Wham is getting horticulture, but he does not have wheelbarrow yet. Tons of stables going down, spitting out lots of knights. He gets the Sacred Site, and yeah, I mean, he's trying to break through this wall, but you can see, like, very little investment from Wham can keep all this pressure at bay. Like, if these units were over here, it could be killing these prelates, could be hitting his gold nodes, but he just can't do anything because it's blocked off on both sides. Making spearmen from his barracks makes sense. His opponent's making knights as well. Pretty good catch there, actually killing that knight for free. And he'll probably break this palisade down, actually. Yeah, it doesn't manage to get the repair in time. Gonna kill that villager. This knight is getting pretty low, though. Getting poked by the tower. He needs to pull this knight back and get it healed. Does actually lose that knight. But in the meantime, both relics were taken, and the Regnitz is fully armed and operational. And you can just see Wham's gold income is going to skyrocket above his opponent, who is sitting on only a single relic. Does actually bring a prelate to take the Sacred Site, but that guy's not gonna survive. Spearman, very good choice, actually. Yeah, really gonna cost effectively defeat his opponent, leveraging his superior food income, which seems crazy because Wham took the deer, so you'd think his food would be better, but it's not. Breaking down that Sacred Site currently. More knights are just flooding in. Maybe this would be a good time for Cheese to put down a wall of his own, you know, wall off this position, just like his opponent did. Ooh, this is not a good, yeah, this is very bad for Wham. Although, actually, there is a bug currently on the live version of this game, where normally spearmen are supposed to brace so they cancel knight charges. The charge does 0 damage, and the knight actually gets stunned, so the spearman gets a free hit. But for some strange reason, the Holy Roman Empire spearmen don't do that. They don't have that mechanic. It doesn't work. So that does make them quite a bit less effective, but they still do a crazy amount of damage to cavalry anyway. So as far as anti-cavalry goes, they can't be beat. Wham actually swapping into men-at-arms makes sense. He's got a ton of gold, and the spearmen are not going to be super effective against these men-at-arms. Although these are only feudal age men-at-arms, actually. He doesn't have his upgrades. He's getting it now, but he doesn't have heavy maces or two-handed weapons, which would make a very, very big difference. Those guys hit like trucks with all those upgrades. Kind of throwing units away here on accident, losing a little bit of control. But it's okay. I mean, look at this gold income, 1,200, double his opponent. Got some mobile units in the middle of the map. Yeah, I mean, he's pushing into his opponent's base, but this fight's gonna go poorly. Just too many men-at-arms. and they do get their upgrades. Speaking of upgrades, oh, he needs to put this relic in here. Yeah, that's some money that he's not getting. Oh, he's on top of it. He knows what he's doing. He does have melee damage. He is getting armor and marching drills, but nothing else. Cheese, however, has production speed. He has both armors, and he's going to get the damage. Okay. And, smart move by Cheese. He's getting the Palace of Swabia. This landmark, crazy powerful. 75% faster villager production and 75% cheaper. So they're like 13 food, and they take 5 seconds. So you just spam them out. Extremely fast. That could be exactly what it needs to get into this game. Wham, if I look at current resources, not really anywhere near going Imperial Age. Although, granted, the Palace of Swabia is actually cheap. It's a cheaper upgrade. Having a little bit of a fight here. I don't know. This could go either way. I guess Cheese has some better upgrades. And there is like a random scout in here, but oh, more reinforcements, yeah. There's no way Cheese can hold this with that many knights. Although he's trying, you know, he's really pumping out a lot of troops, and he's about to get that damage upgrade that will make a difference. Both players have like the opposite two-handed, or Wham has the two-handed damage upgrade, but Cheese has the mace upgrade, which is definitely better, doing 18 damage versus 16. Now, the best thing, of course, would just be have both. That would obviously be the best. Cheese actually in Imperial Age, but he's not researching elite men-at-arms, which seems wrong. Yeah, he just, so don't make villagers from your town center, just make them all from the Palace of Swabia. Okay, sorry, 12 food is what they cost, and they take 5 seconds. Looks like Wham is actually saving up for Imperial Age, and he, builds a stone wall on both sides to really just seal his opponent in. But she's got 63 villagers right now to 51 of Wham. So the longer this goes on, I think the greater the edge for Cheese, although he is on a clock. The sacred sites are taken, and the gold income is pretty dramatic. And there's not much gold. Well, actually, he doesn't have very much on gold in the first place. Is he, like, floating gold? No. No, he's spending his resources as he gets them successfully. Yeah, but really you can see the power of the Regnitz Cathedral. Like, even with Cheese producing, like, 5 times more food and, like, 30% more wood, he's making half as much gold. Even though he has 74 villagers to 54! Wait, is he just not making? Maybe there was, like, idle time or something. Oh, yeah, actually. Lots of idle time down here. Wham doesn't really have any food. Yeah, his food income's just becoming nothing. This is a tremendous army of men-at-arms. Is he getting the upgrade yet? He can totally afford it. Or no, he can't. He can't afford it. Nah, he can't afford it yet. He is getting siege engineering. Gonna be pretty important. Although, 2 siege workshops here producing mangonels. Mangonels, well, 1 mangonel is not, like, extremely effective against men-at-arms, but with a critical mass of mangonels, you can just obliterate an entire blob of them. And he has no vision on those men-at-arms, but Wham, of course, knows what he's doing. Yeah, just continuing to spit out tons and tons of villagers and producing rams now. Honestly, he's gonna, like, burn out his side of resources. Making walls in a pretty conservative fashion. I think you could safely wall this way and then go trade, you know, pretty safely here without any issue. Oh, and some nice mangonel shots. So you can see they don't, like, kill the men-at-arms, but when you reduce their HP to such a low level, it's like the next barrage is going to finish them off. He does have a bombard, though, breaking down these walls, and geez, yeah, he still doesn't have the elite men-at-arms. Seems like a massive fucking error. But what do I know? I'm nowhere near highly rated as this guy is. Some battering rams coming in. Triple mangonels, 59 villagers to 98. Almost double the villager count. His economy is insanely higher than his opponent's. Okay, get some pretty decent mangonel shots in here. You can see the men-at-arms army is very, very weak. Yeah, another pretty good barrage. Little lost control there. Are there reinforcements coming in? Yeah, sort of, in a trickle. Yeah, but that army was so wounded from that those mangonel barrages that what's left just can't really clean it up. And Wham actually did get the full upgrades for his men-at-arms, so they do 24 damage. These things are just a little bit weaker. Yeah, he's actually getting pushed off. He just ran out of that gold node, so he's chopping up the last of this gold, and then he's going to be out. Oh, and she's actually taps out what a little, well, maybe, I don't know. Okay, his army is pretty big here. Yeah, I mean, his army was left. That was pretty small. Yeah, just look at that villager count, like like 112 or something. Crazy. That's the power of the Palace of Swabia. Like his income, insanely high. But I think he needed that elite men-at-arms upgrade, and I think he needed more siege. Those mangonels really tore apart his ground army. But if he had the elite upgrade, I think he could have won the grindy battle. But, you know, it's tough. He didn't have vision, so he didn't know that his opponent had a bunch of mangonels. He couldn't see them, really, until they fired already. Yeah, you can, like, look at the discrepancy of resources. It's like both players still had their initial gold nodes. This is just the relic. The relic and sacred site difference. It's tremendous. Tremendous. And Cheese did get a few more upgrades, probably eco upgrades, or maybe blacksmith upgrades. Yeah, 5 relics captured? That's strange. 113 villagers. Cool game, cool mirror match. I think there's a lot to be learned from that, and also, you know, an interesting way of playing French Pass that I may try stealing in the future. Anyway, that was all. I hope you enjoyed this video.